We will now go to our next panelist. I'm very pleased to welcome Dr. Saraswati Jangam. Dr. Jangan is a practicing gynecologist at FPA India, dedicated to addressing the sexual and reproductive health and rights of vulnerable and marginalized populations. She prioritizes client comfort, education about their health situations, and comprehensive treatment planning. And Dr. Jangam will present on sexual and reproductive health challenges on population aging and the unique sexual and reproductive health needs of aging population, menopause, again, and the elderly. Welcome.
My topic says unique unmet needs of aging populations, menopause, and elderly. Actually, as menopause is already something which is not discussed very frequently or very talked openly, same way are the unmet needs of aging populations, they are not talked openly or discussed openly with the population. Startingly, we didn't have that we should do any search of this, but as the clients who come to the clinic, they get and we noticed that fewer things they couldn't speak directly, but they were like unwritten words of the lines. Then we started to make a little study on that topic, and this is how we could make few things. With me are the other two co-authors here. Sexual and reproductive healthcare encompasses a broad range of services for a safe and satisfying sexual life as they enhance individuals' well-being. So this was the point which we could identify that well-being, we could at the starting we could cure their symptoms, but the well-being was not seen after even giving the symptomatic treatment. Then slowly we dwelled into their personal lives, their sexual lives, and slowly we could gather the information regarding that. Meeting the unmet unique needs of SRHR can help us achieve complete health coverage of the aging population. Aging is one of the most significant global trends of the 21st century, which presents new and complex challenges for health symptoms as important implications for sexual and reproductive health for older people. Like here, older people, they have many symptoms. They themselves are not able to tell or specify what is bothering them. Sometimes they say one symptom, sometimes they say other symptoms, sometimes they feel neglected, they are not cared, but sometimes they are stressed. So we need to address all that small problems where we could justify their total well-being. Okay. Yeah. Sustainable Development Goal 3 suggests that states should ensure healthy lives and promote well being for all at all ages. So, we being in the present reproductive and generative for the growth, the elderly population should also be cared and not to be neglected. So, we should not miss caring them also in all the aspects actually. FPA India Pune branch, established in 1977, provides a range of SRH services through static clinic, satellite clinic, and service sessions in the community. As this is a part of my daily work, that is the reason I could get into all these things. SRH needs of aging populations, including those undergoing menopause and the elderly, are often overlooked, especially after attaining desired family size. After children go out of country, husband is still working, she is inside the home doing all the course. If anything, any work is there, mama is there or grandmother is there, she will take care of. So they just by default they consider that female lady and they go on with their work. So my objective was to describe the unmet sexual reproductive health needs of aging populations between 45 to 60 years, including those undergoing menopause and the elderly. Like here, I would like to mention one female lady was there. Her husband's sugar level were very high, so she was even scared to get near him, so that any work or any stress should not cause him more ill health. So she was like, okay, I'm just taking care of him. But she missed like sitting beside him, cuddling him, and all. But when we slowly talked with her, we get into, then she told, "No, I am scared because I love him more. I don't want him to get into more trouble." So the methodology we followed was that this was the routine service statistics gathered at the FPA India Pune Static Clinic during January to December 2023, and this was used for the study. FPI Static Clinic provides clinical and non-clinical SRS services to over 7,000 clients in a year. The study included 205 women aged 45 to 60 years of age who visited Pune Clinic for STI, RTI services and gynecological related services. So the first presenting symptoms were for STI, RTI services or gynecological, like white discharge, itching, and all. For that, they used to visit us first. The selection of the clients was based on their complaints, history, and duration, since how long they have been suffering. Like few directly, they used to come. Ma'am, I have visited 3-4 doctors. I have taken all the consultants. I have taken the treatment. I have even spent 6,000 rupees or 7,000 rupees, but I am not convinced with the treatment, or I am not feeling the relief. So slowly we could find out that even after using so many of antibiotics and treatments, antifungals, why she is not getting the relief. Maybe the causes are still more, which are not unmet or unattended. The selection, since long, how long they have been suffering. Here, dwelling into the personal history to know her unmet needs and her emotional status was also considered. These clients were educated about their conditions, discussed different options, and encouraged them to select their best suit for their personality. Before doing that, we took their consent for follow-ups and visits for checkups. Like I would like to mention one widow. After her husband's death, it was her son. He was not allowing her to go out, or if she wanted to go anywhere, she needed his permission, and she has to tell him when she will go out and when she will come back. So every restriction of her, he used to tell, "No, I am looking for your safety. I want you to be careful." But in that sense, he was giving all the restrictions of her freedom, and that slowly caused her emotional stress, and she had continuous of white discharge of 6 months she was facing. And as we could understand her emotional status, then we spoke with her, we explained her, we counseled her, and slowly she got the relief from the symptoms. The results we found out, the respondents of for this study in the age group of 45 to 60 years had visited with the complaints of severe low back pain, pain in the lower abdomen, dysuria, dyspareunia, vaginal dryness, vaginitis, severe weakness, feeling low many times, loss of appetite, loss of interest, etc. As a first step, menstrual, obstetric, and medical history of the client, family history, personal history, upbringing, shows social exposure, educational levels, her emotional status with her unmet needs, everything was considered. So we tried to take the complete picture of her to help her. The study shows that 35% of women are affected among the sample group, and among that 20% were suffering from the stress generated symptoms. So more causative factor was the stress generated symptom for their daily lifestyle, like I have to finish this work, I have to finish that work, and the family members used to say, "You please take care of this work," that slowly her anxiety towards that, and her stress that she is not able to cope up with the activities, as slowly getting on her mind, and slowly she was developing into the stress symptoms. And 40% of menopausal women were found to be neglected regarding their sexual health and well-being. Like in this factor, I would like to say, like few male have sexual dysfunctioning, but as they grow, they don't want to commit that with their wives, so they make a space, or keep a distance. No, now children are grown up, or I'm not interested, but at that time, wife sometimes needs, that is her need, and she is neglected of that because she is not able to tell the things. The frequency, we can say, is 1 in every 6 women is affected. all their medical issues were addressed and assessed. Their gynec complaints were treated, like white discharge, etc. We could treat them first. They were educated for the use of personal lubricants for vaginal dryness, dyspareunia, and their unmet issues were discussed. Wherever required, the partner was also involved. Like for the widowers or who were husbands were medically ill, we taught them about the pleasures of their own personal bodies. If they were interested, we dwelled into that side also, where few female were ready to explore themselves with various different methods. Okay. The use of personal lubricants opened new options for the pleasure. When we said sometimes lubricants doesn't give the friction or doesn't give the lower abdominal pain, doesn't give the discomfort, you may try. So few tried and we got a very positive feedback and they were feeling completely happy with that. As clients gained confidence in our approach, they became FPI's clinic ambassadors. As they gained the confidence, they were comfortable with their further changes in their life. They slowly in their community they explained themselves and they made our clinic as a friendly clinic for them. Few challenges they faced for accessing services where they could not explain the problems openly, couldn't come to the hospital alone, lack of money to seek treatment, scared of to visit the hospital at first, children had no time to attend respondents' needs due to their working schedule. We addressed their issues by adopting strategies such as giving medicines for a long time and asked her to come for follow-up as per the availability of her family members or follow up virtually on mobile. Women in the study group belong to different backgrounds, education levels, different economic class, etc. Still, there were challenges to the accessibility of the services. 1/5 of the women experienced gynec problems, 20% due to stress that manifested into physical changes, and 40% of the menopausal women suffer due to hormonal imbalance, hot flushes, mood swings, etc., and are neglected by the husbands and family members, leading to lonely feelings and stress. My recommendations are: it is recommended to develop targeted educational programs and awareness campaigns to increase understanding of SRH issues specific to aging populations, including menopause and elderly, as this would help in reducing stigma and empower individuals to seek care and support timely. Incorporate SRH services into including regular screening and preventive measures, hormonal and non-hormonal treatment options, mental health support and counseling into routine health care for older adults to ensure comprehensive care. These are my. Thank you.